Hello, good morning, students. Now we are discussing the fourth part of the waves, that is the Doppler effect, but very important concept which is involved in the waves chapter. Okay, let us come and discuss what is the Doppler effect. Let us discuss the definition. The apparent change in the frequency due to the relative motion between the source of the sound and observer. Apparent change in frequency means suppose a source is producing the sound. Actually, there is no change in the frequency. Frequency remains constant in the universe. But due to the relative motion between the source and observer, there will be some change in the frequency that is appeared. Actually, it is not really happening. It is appeared. So that is called Doppler effect. Why we are getting the Doppler effect? Due to the relative motion of source and observer. Okay, let us discuss the concept final formula of the Doppler effect. That is, suppose a source is moving with a velocity Vs and observer moving with velocity V0. The velocity of sound is V. Now N be the frequency of the wave produced by the source. Then the apparent frequency can be written as apparent frequency, that you can write apparent frequency n dash is equal to n into v plus or minus v naught by v plus or minus vs, where n be the natural frequency, v velocity of sound, v naught velocity of the observer, and vs velocity of the source. That is the first one. Here from this one we have to remember like this. If the velocity of the wind is also considered, you can write n dash is equal n into v plus or minus w plus or minus v naught by v plus or minus w plus or minus vs. Actually, in most of the cases, the velocity of sound is not given. That means the waves, that is nothing but here medium is not considered. Okay, that means wind is not considered. So by ignoring the wind velocity, we are writing only the first formula, that is n dash is equal n into v plus or minus v naught by v plus or minus vs plus or minus vs. Okay, here 8 cases are involved in this concept. That means simply source and observer, two objects are considered. Source is approaching the observer and leaving the observer. There are the two cases. And observer approaching the source and leaving the source. Two cases. Totally 4 cases. Next two cases are observer following the source, source following the observer. Totally 6 cases. Last one, source and observer are approaching each other, source and observer are leaving from each other. So we are getting 8 cases in Doppler effect. Whatever may be the case, but you can write the concerned formula in easy way. That is a very important one. So I am explaining one or the two formula, okay, for sake of example to understand the formula. Okay, let us come and discuss on the board. Suppose source is approaching the observer. Source and observer can be written like this. It is the easy way what I am following here like this. S is the source, O be the observer. Here you have to say velocity of the source like this. This is the velocity of the observer, VO. Here at the middle you have to mention the V. V is the velocity of the sound. Suppose the source is approaching the observer like this. Source is in motion but observer is at rest. Observer is at rest. Rest means the velocity of the observer is 0. Velocity of the source is Vs, where V is the velocity of the sound. But here you have to understand what is the direction of velocity of the sound. It is directed always from source to the observer. That you have to remember particular point. The velocity of sound always directed from source to the observer. Why? Because sound is produced by source only. Sound can be heard by the observer. That's why. So, the velocity of sound directed from source to the observer. You can write the formula here. Apparent frequency. Apparent frequency. That you can write apparent frequency n dash is equal n into V plus or minus V naught by V plus or minus Vs. This is the formula, original one. Here you have to take up n dash is equal to n into, first write like this. Then compare these two. So velocity of source and velocity of sound. Both arrow marks are in the same direction. That means both are moving in the same direction. If you consider both of these two, then if both are in the same direction, take minus. That you can write here like this. And so observer is at rest. But here velocity of sound is from left to right. Here n dash into V. Here 0. That's why plus or minus 0 by both are in the same direction means negative. V minus Vs. Why negative? Relative motion. If two objects are in the same direction, then the relative motion will be their subtractive value. If the two objects are moving in opposite direction, then the two velocities are added. That is the relative concept. That's why here we are taking the minus V minus Vs. That's why you can write the formula n dash is equal to n into V by V minus Vs. Here this is the formula concerned for this concept. Okay, this is the first one. Next I will explain the two more also. So now like this, and observer is approaching the source like this. Suppose this is the observer. Here you have to mention these three, V naught, V, Vs. You can mention along a straight line. Then here observer is approaching the source, means observer moving with velocity V naught towards a stationary source. Stationary source means velocity of the source is 0. But what is the direction of velocity of sound? From always source to the observer. That is very important point. So now you can write apparent frequency. The apparent frequency n dash is equal to n into V plus or minus V naught by V plus or minus Vs. Here this is the main one. Now from this one, here compare these two. Both arrows are in opposite direction. That means then you can write n dash is equal to n into opposite means plus. That's why V plus V naught by V plus or minus 0 means itself is V. So plus or minus 0. You can write n dash is equal to n into V plus V naught by V. This is the formula. So this is only easy way to understand the Doppler effect. Okay. Third example I will explain. So what is the third one means? Here also same thing. Here you can write both are in motion. Source and observer are in motion. Suppose take the case. This is a source. This is the velocity of sound. Observer. Let us take both source and observer are approaching each other. Then the velocity of source towards the observer, velocity of the observer is towards the source like this. Here you have to take the direction of velocity of sound, always directed from source to the observer. So you have to mention the arrow like this. Then again write the same formula. N dash is equal to n into V plus or minus V naught by V plus or minus Vs. then n into, here compare first these two, v and v naught, both are in the opposite direction. Opposite direction means plus, that is v plus v naught by, both are in the same direction. Both are in the same direction means minus v minus vs. So n dash is equal to n into v plus v naught by v minus vs. So in this way you supposed to write the concerned formula for any problem. But no need to by heart the formula. At the moment of reading the problem, you can write the concerned one. Okay. After that, we will discuss the some different cases. Here in this one, you have to remember. In some of the cases, Doppler effect is not applicable. So, first case is if the source and observer are moving in the same direction with the same velocity, then there is no Doppler effect because there is no relative velocity. Okay. Second one, source and observer are at rest. Both are at rest. Again, there is no Doppler effect. Third one, if the source and observer are moving perpendicular to each other. That means here, if the one of them is perpendicular to the line of joining of these two, then again there is no Doppler effect. Okay. So again we will take some different case that we will deal now here. In the same situation, you can take the different one. This is the source. This one is the observer. Suppose observer is at rest. Like this. This is the velocity of sound. But here one thing. The source is moving like this in this direction. It is making an angle of theta with the line of joining the source and observer. Like this. In this situation, what we have to take Vs, this is the theta, this is a vector, so resolved into two components, that is horizontal component is Vs cos theta, Vs cos theta, this is the same V, this one is V naught, Vs cos theta is approaching the observer, but what is the direction of sound? Always directed from source to the observer. Suppose this is 0, this is 0. In this situation, n dash is equal to n into v plus or minus v naught by v plus or minus vs, plus or minus vs. Now you can take here n dash is equal to n into, here both these two are compared. First v naught first compared, then v by plus or minus 0 means v by, both are in the same direction, negative. That is v minus vs cos theta, vs cos theta, like this, vs cos theta. Okay. Now this is nothing but, here if the angle, there is a angle, some theta is mentioned, then same formula, but instead of the vs or vo, we have to take up the horizontal components vo cos theta or vs cos theta, vo cos theta or vs cos theta. And also, if the problem is having the wavelength, then apparent change in the wavelength, they will ask the change in the wavelength, change in the wavelength. Simply you can write the same thing. First write this formula, n dash is equal to n into something. Then here n dash can be written as v by lambda dash, v by lambda dash, because we know already v is equal to n lambda. Then what we have to write, n is equal v by lambda. That's why n dash is equal to v by lambda dash is equal to v by lambda into v by v minus vs cos theta, vs cos theta. Same thing. Then vv get cancelled, vv get cancelled. So then just reverse that things, that is lambda dash is equal lambda into v minus vs cos theta by v, like this. Then this is lambda taken in the denominator, that equals v minus vs cos theta by v by lambda, v by lambda. V by lambda means velocity by wavelength is frequency. Then is nothing but 1 by V minus Vs cos theta by n like this. So this is, if it is mentioned in terms of wavelength, no need to write this one. Lambda dash is equal lambda into V minus Vs cos theta by V. This is the natural wavelength. This is the apparent wavelength. Apparent wavelength. Simply you can write like this in terms of wavelength. Next, some of the cases means, first of all, here source. Suppose source and observer is considered at rest, observer or source. The source is moving along the circle. Source is moving along the circle like this. Now, in this situation, a source is rotating along the circle, but observer is at the center. In this situation, there is no Doppler effect. Why? Because they are perpendicular. The component of the velocity of the source 90, cos 90 is 0. And also in the same thing, source is at the center and observer is moving like this. Observer is moving. In this case also, there is no Doppler effect. Okay. Next case is here like this. First of all, suppose a source is moving along the circle. Observer is here. If you consider the observer outside the circle, the source is moving along the circumference of the circle. Now you have to take up the radius of the circle is somewhat r. In this situation, here you have to take up the 4 points. This is a point A, this one is the point B, this one is the point C, okay, this one is the point D, like this. In two cases, no Doppler effect. That means when the body is at A, like this is the direction of velocity. This is the line of joining the source and observer. Then angle is 90. That's why when the body is at A or at C, no Doppler effect. If the source is at B and D, then there will be the Doppler effect. In this situation, the source is moving away from the observer here and moving towards the observer. That's why you have to write the two formula for two cases. That means first case means here the source is moving away from the observer. Then you can write n dash is equal to n into V by away. Both are moving. Away means here V plus Vs. So then you can write here separately, you can do it. That is Vs, V naught. V naught is 0. It is from source to the observer. It is moving away. Then n dash is equal to n into V by opposite direction means plus. That's why V plus Vs. Here you have to say at B. This is the minimum frequency where n dash is the minimum frequency heard by the observer. If the source is at D, you can write n dash is equal to n into again you can do the same thing. Velocity of the source, sound as well as the observer at rest. This is directed from source to the observer. He is approaching towards the observer. Arrow will be like this. Then what will be the formula? N dash is equal to n into here like this V by both are in the same direction negative V minus Vs. Then n dash is equal to n into V by V minus Vs. This is the n double dash you have to mention. So n dash is a minimum. N dash is minimum. N double dash is maximum. N double dash is maximum. Maximum apparent frequency that can be heard by the observer. Here they can ask the 3 points. So what are the minimum and maximum values of frequency? One question. And what is the ratio of maximum to minimum? Ratio means both equations are divided. That is n dash by n double dash. is equal to NV get cancelled, V minus Vs by V plus Vs. That is the ratio. Again they will ask what are the number of beats produced in this situation. Beats means there is a small concept. Beat is that is difference of the frequency that can be heard by the observer. N dash having suppose 10 value. N double dash is suppose 15. There is a difference. 15 minus 10 is 5. That is the number of the beats produced in this condition. So that is also calculated. That we will calculate here. What are the number of beats produced in this condition? Here from you can say n dash number of beats produced, delta n is equal n double dash minus n dash. So here delta n is equal n dash is n into v by v minus vs here and minus n into v by v plus vs, n into v by v minus vs minus n into v by v plus vs. Then nv taken as common, then nv into 1 by v minus vs minus 1 by v plus vs. Okay, then take the LCM. NV into V plus Vs minus V plus Vs by A plus B into A minus B. That is A square minus B square. V square minus Vs square. Then VV get cancelled here. That is NV into Vs plus Vs is 2Vs by V square minus Vs square. Here totally you can write that equal 2n into V into Vs by V square minus Vs square. This is a very important formula. Okay, now here that is a number of beat produced in this condition 2n into V into Vs by V square minus Vs square. If the approximation is given in the options, then velocity of the source is ignored. That means when compared with velocity of sound, source and observer having less velocities, then only Doppler effect is applicable. That's why here you can write if Vs is neglected, then you can write delta n is equal 2n into V by Vs by V square minus 0 square. Then here you can say square V get cancelled 2n into Vs by V. Delta n is equal 2n into Vs by V. This is a very important formula. Number of beats produced 2n into Vs by V. Same formula is applicable in the problems train. Suppose a train is like this moving with certain velocity and a passenger is at the platform like this observer, and here train is leaving the observer. In this situation, train approaching the observer and train leaving the observer. In these two cases, number of beats produced is same procedure. That is delta n is equal to 2n into Vs by V. This is the Doppler effect.